What is anxiety? How do we look at anxiety? How, if we change our perspective of anxiety, how can it change us? So in this vast ocean of human consciousness, anxiety emerges as a formidable wave that crashes upon the shore of our inner world. So it's a phenomenon that permeates the fabric of our existence, and it leaves us adrift in the sea of unease and of restlessness. So anxiety, it's like that relentless tide. It engulfs our thoughts and it hijacks our emotions, and it distorts our entire perception of reality. But what is anxiety? Like, is it just an outcome of external circumstances that provoke a sense of fear and insecurity? Or is it something deeper? Is it rooted within the recesses of our own being? Like, perhaps it's both, intertwined in a complex dance that weaves together our external environment and the internal landscapes of our minds. So anxiety often arises when we find ourselves clinging desperately to the illusion of control, as we've talked about in many videos before. Like, we strive to mold our lives according to our desires and our expectations. We construct a rigid framework, right, within which we hope to find this sense of security. So the more we grasp, though, at certainty, the more anxiety slips through our fingers like an elusive sand. So in our ceaseless pursuit of security, we fail to realize that anxiety is not an enemy to be conquered, right? But instead it's a messenger which beckons us to delve into the depths of our consciousness. It's a reflection of our inner turmoil, a signal that we're out of touch with the harmonious flow of life itself. So instead of battling anxiety, we have to embrace it with curiosity, with compassion, and seek to understand its origins and unravel its mysteries. Like, at its core, it stems from a fundamental separation between what we perceive as our self and the world around us. It arises when we fragment our existence into an isolated compartments and clinging to the illusion of a separate, independent entity. So this self-imposed isolation breeds fear, because when in our disconnected state, we see threats lurking around every corner. So to transcend this anxiety, we have to embark on a journey of self-inquiry that leads us beyond the boundaries of our limited sense of self. We have to expand ourselves, and we have to question the very nature of identity itself and explore the illusory walls which have constructed around ourselves. So in that exploration, we can come to realize that anxiety dissolves or dissipates when the walls crumble, revealing the interconnectedness of all things. So it also arises from our attachment to outcomes, our incessant need for certainty and control. So we have to learn to surrender to that ever unfolding mystery of existence and to embrace that unknown with completely open arms. So in that state of surrender, anxiety loses its grip because we release the burden of expectation and allow life to flow through us. So that's true freedom, right? It's true freedom from anxiety. And that true freedom lies in not escaping or suppressing it, but in observing its movement without identification. And when we observe anxiety without seeking to escape or analyze, we create space for it to be without adding fuel to its fire. So in that space of non-resistance, anxiety loses its power and it dissolves into the vastness of consciousness. So maybe we should then approach anxiety not as an enemy to be vanquished, right? But as a profound teacher, revealing the limitations of our conditioned existence. we dive deep into the waters of our own consciousness, and we explore the roots of anxiety and untangling those threads that bind us. So in that exploration, we can discover, and we might discover, a freedom that transcends the ebb and flow of anxiety. And that freedom lies in the profound realization of our interconnectedness with all of life. Namaskar.